Yo, really loud. Sorry.
Nearly blew my eardrums.
Hey everyone, what's up?
Hello.
We are back.
We are back. It's been a little bit of a hiatus. We have had things going on the last couple of weeks. We're happy to be back in the bullet-riddled saddle, as it were. And today we got a little something different for the kiddies out there. Greg, tell them what we got.
Well, we've got Pure Life water with Hawaiian Punch added into it. I had the regular red fruit.
I did that fun purple stuff.
That Kool-Aid. It's not Kool-Aid, that's a different thing. But yes, we are back, and what we have last many moons ago, we finished Halo, and now we are on Metal Slug, a good co-op game that we actually played a long time ago.
Oh yeah, way back.
That was back in Illinois, right? Mm-hmm. We were on the
original Xbox.
Original Xbox. I thought we were on the GameCube. I thought you had it for GameCube, didn't they?
Well, I had Alien Hominid for GameCube, but we played Metal Slug on the original Xbox, and then they came out with 4 and 5 coupled together. I think we played that on 360.
Hey Brian, Metal Slug is one of the best run and gun games ever.
Oh dude,
Rocket launcher. Yes.
Chaser.
So yes. So the plan for this series is obviously just to go Metal Slug. Go up to 6.
I think it goes up to 6, and then I think X.
Okay. Well, I have the Anthologies. I got it a long time ago on PlayStation, so we'll be playing PlayStation this time around. Even though they are censoring cucks, and I have too many PS2 games where it's like I'm not super hardcore into the whole like I disagree with these people, therefore I'm not going to buy their products, because I'm more of like whatever's convenient. Because if that were the case, then everybody like would just stop using Amazon Prime. But I guarantee you, people use it because it's convenient.
Well, sure. We'll unpause it and keep going.
Yes, but
no, I agree, because like sometimes the person, they may make a great product, but they're just kind of an idiot, and it still doesn't change the fact that it's a great product. It just depends on what you want to back to.
Oh. All right, so I'm red and you're.
Yep. You're playing as Marco, and I think I'm Tarma.
But yes, because the pup was busy today, with youngins and everything, I will once again be filling in as kind of recapping on the insanity that has been happening. And boy, oh boy, there has been so much chaos happening. It is ridiculous.
Very much so. Get that fit the fire. Yes.
All right, this is gonna be. I'm gonna trust you to protect me as I look at my notes.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and we will
try. Ramis.
So I guess first and foremost, we'll start this off with entertainment aspect of stuff. Well, I think honestly a lot of it is entertainment. There's some politics in there, but I think the stuff I was looking at was a lot of entertainment-based news happening. But we'll start off small here. So I've been seeing a lot of hubbub on Twitter, mostly involving the new Thor movie that is coming out. Love and whatever the hell it's called. I don't know.
Love and some other gay crap.
Some gay crap. And it all stemmed from a recent picture, I believe, of Natalie Portman, who is going to be
reprising.
What's up?
Isn't she becoming like a female Hulk? Female Thor?
She's becoming Thor Jane, I think is what her name is, or the female Thor. And once again, and it should be on Infinite Continue.
Yeah, it's even if it wasn't,
actually,
it's fun to challenge ourselves.
Yeah, maybe not now that I think about it, but she's. A lot of people obviously immediately said you're just doing a female Thor, garbage. And this kind of got stemmed and brought up again. I mean, obviously, I'm sure there's people who were talking about it before all this, but I saw a lot of it kind of getting rekindled and sparked with the. Apparently, Natalie has gotten supposedly pretty buff.
Really?
There's a picture of her like in the gear, looking all, I guess,
looking like a female bodybuilder.
A female
creepy
body.
and overtanned.
Well, the thing is that her arms. Well, here's the thing. There's like two things that are happening that I saw that I thought was funny. One of them is like it looked out of all the stuff that she like kind of worked out. It's one of those classic, do the upper body sort of thing. Maybe her legs. I'm sure. I mean,
Sure.
they're actors, so they're gonna tell them to do everything.
Yeah, a lot of rope stuff.
But there's like, you know, she has apparently some muscle put onto her arms and whatnot. But one of the conspiracies I saw is someone took a picture of what he looks like and like put him up to another picture of, I believe, someone to where like her face is covered before the big reveal and stuff like that, and someone noticed that like the height difference is like a little bit like, so like the shoulder of her compared to supposedly her in this outfit before the reveal, there's like a height discrepancy.
Wait,
so
for real?
So there's some yeah, so there's some conspiracy going around that that it's a stunt double, like aside from maybe like what the times that she shows her face, all the action stuff is going to be done by possibly a dude is kind of what they're saying, or a female bodybuilder, you know, one of the things.
Sure, yes. That's funny.
I thought that was a little funny too, but the biggest thing is that, so of course the big stem is like, why, like, okay, they're just replacing everyone, you know, the whole Superman, Henry, what is it, Cavill?
Yeah, Henry Cavill.
Or Henry Cavill Superman is being taken away for some female,
yeah,
Superwoman.
Well, this is like, it's supposed to be an alternate universe where his ship, or he gets killed, I guess, in the destruction of Krypton. Hers is the only ship that actually makes it off.
Well, in the Superman version,
Yeah.
But
Oh shoot!
I mean, I'm just saying, using that as a comparison of
Sure.
pretty much retconning, and I've explained it. Maybe not super in depth, but I've reiterated it so many times. They're retconning stuff because they don't care about the franchise. They want to make it right, and any future generations, they're hoping and praying that their version is going to be the one they remembered and not where it was based on and stuff like that. So with Thor, I didn't want to dive in too much just because, well, one, I'm lazy. And two, I didn't want to go down like a comic rabbit hole sort of thing, but the way they're getting around to justifying Portman's Thor is that I believe at one point, because stories of the characters get written by different people, you know, and then they'll, you know, to justify whatever changes they made and stuff. And I guess with the female Thor, they're going off of the concept, I believe, or at least this might be where it's being influenced from, to where they can make an argument of retconning stuff, is that supposedly Thor is like not the actual name of the superhero, it's a mantle, quote, mantle of it, because
That's gay.
because the hammer chooses the person. And I guess there was a comic back in the day where like a Dr. Blake something, I don't even know, I probably should have written it down, but pretty much in that version of the comic, the hammer chose this guy and he transformed into Thor, and that's where they can kind of weasel out this stupid.
No, it's like, that's like saying, oh yeah, it doesn't. God is just a title. It's not actually.
Yeah, but of course everyone's not buying it, because it's like, no, his name was Thor, and then the mantle, you could say, is like, you know, like the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah. Why do we
like,
call Vision Thor when he picks up the hammer inside the Avengers 2?
So that's kind of like the big fiasco that's kind of happening at the moment. Like I said, I didn't dive in too much on it, but again, it goes to show that this infestation of retconning and wokeness has like gotten insanely ridiculous, to where they're just gonna keep doing it to make a point of, you know, we need to make sure that equality is shown here, even though
nobody's asking for it.
No one is asking for it. I never understood what the big deal is, because my I guess absurd conspiracy concept would be, you would just make another character.
Yeah, right.
that if you wanted to have, quote, female empowerment, end quote, then you would just make a character who could be like Thor, or like influenced by Thor, but like try to be original and make something new.
Oh yeah. Oh.
But nope, we're still seeing that, and it begs the question of, I wonder how long people are gonna be get fed up with this stupid garbage and start coming with the alternatives, because I'm starting to see a lot of indie things like popping up with comics, with video games.
Oh, real quick, if you use your grenades, you can shoot missiles out the front of that tank, blast that guy.
I can't target up there.
Or are they just kind of petering out the end? Oh no.
I know. I'm shooting very
dust.
very small loads apparently. Oh, get out, fool.
So anyway, continue.
It's just, I think we're beginning to see a transition to where a lot of people a lot of people are starting to call out the bullshit and are starting to make their own stuff, but also fighting the good fight in the hopes of kind of taking it back to where it's like, why don't we just write good stories and give good quality like comics. I guess we'll say comics specifically, because it's, it's comic based. And I guess what are your thoughts on the alternative? Do you think that the genre is worth saving at this point? Can it be saved?
Now we're talking specifically Thor's genre.
I guess we
Marvel?
could just I guess we could just say like the comic book industry, or the stuff that we're clearly seeing. Obviously, they don't call it the liberal arts. That's not just a coincidence.
Yeah.
There's a reason why it's called the liberal arts, and it's always been called the liberal arts. But obviously, like back in the 80s and the 90s, you could still produce conservative type movies and stuff and not face this backlash of, well, we need to have equality and all this stuff and blah 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 blah, that we're now seeing to where it's like, no, we got to retcon everything so that it shows equality. And of course, to them, equality means just replacing every male concept or main character and replace it with some lesbo and female version of said character.
I think the only way that the comic book industry can really be saved right now is if they ditch the wokeness crap and stop trying to shoehorn in ideology. Because let's face it, the people that are the biggest consumers still of comic books, and that's excluding manga, the biggest
manga's like kicking ass right now.
Oh, that's good. But the biggest consumers of comic books are guys, and most of the guys now, they'd be in their late 30s, early 40s. That's going to be your main demographic that is consuming comic books.
Hey, it's the barrel I used to use for powder keg.
Hey, yeah. And those guys, they don't have time for this crap, because this wasn't an issue when they were first coming up. Like, it really wasn't. This whole trans insanity has only been an issue to this fevered pitch in the last couple of years. And so if they want to see the comic book industry survive, then they have to, number one, get rid of that wokeist crap. But also, there's another way of tackling it, which is, if you want to have strong female characters, that's fine. But instead of trying to redo a male character story with a female, girl power agenda to it, why not just make a brand new character and tell that character's story? Why do we have to suddenly have Supergirl is now the one who survived instead of Superman? Why do we have to have a Batgirl put on by WB that is just more or less, she acts like a douchebag guy, and she's very, very unlikable. And it's on them that they decided to pick a very androgynous looking girl to play the role of Batgirl. But okay, and I know that Batgirl is indeed a character inside that universe, but why not make Batgirl actually as she was? Why not make her the femme fatale that she always was, featured inside the show and inside the comic books, instead of trying to make her act as much like a guy as possible? even to the point where essentially her Alfred is this beta loser black dude who in almost every line I've heard him say, and when he's especially like commenting on her bravado, as it were, and her just full throttle high octane way of being.
Have you actually watched that?
Well, I've watched enough of it.
Oh my gosh, why did you even...
I haven't got through a full episode.
Oh, okay. I was gonna... Well, why even try?
Well, this is what I'm getting at is, instead of making the girl just a strong character, she's just a very unapproachable chick, and her like I said, her Alfred is more or less this beta loser of a guy who has all these, yeah, sure, they're funny witty quips, but the jokes are such low-hanging fruit. It's like this is only entertaining to those kind of people that still prefer listening to that guy pretend to be Elmo and prank call people. Like if that's what really makes you crack up when you're surfing the web on YouTube, then that's the kind of show that you'd be into. So I say all that to say they have to get the wokest crap out of there, because people are so tired of it and shoehorning in these issues that because they all say believe the science, but then these are the people that they all say believe the science with everything related to COVID-19, but then when it comes to actual biology and how the physical human world works, they completely enter into fantasy. So we know that, and inside the superhero genre, yes, there's a certain element of fantasy because these are the gods among us, as it were. Still doesn't change the fact that they're punching in way too many political issues that just don't need to take place in that world, because if it's a fantasy, then why do you have to make that part of it? The other final little point I'll say on it is, instead of trying to do all the retconning, if they really want to have a success, just give a gal her own shtick and let her set the pace, instead of having her try to inevitably march to a man's drum, which is what they're doing right now.
So you think that the field can be saved?
I think it can be saved, but it will have to take enough people who are still the genuine fans to just stop buying the garbage that they're putting out, because that's why shows get canceled, is they don't have a consumer base. There's just nobody watching it. The ratings go down the tube, and so they're like, yeah, it doesn't pay for us to have this running for another 3 seasons. Nobody's watching the show, nobody's buying your product, and you're having to look to outside sources, which typically when you're having to raise that money for an initial project, it's like, okay, you raise the money initially because you got to get the project off the ground, but then once it's off the ground, it should be able to stand on its own because you're now selling the product. Well, if they're the kind of people where the product is terrible in the first season or the first the first arc, and nobody's buying it, the idea that they would then reach out to their investor to say, hey, can you give us some more money, not only is it asinine, but I guarantee if they reach out to an investor, the investor's gonna go, wait a minute, what happened with the $4 million I gave you so you could sit around drawing comics, and nobody wants to buy them? No, I think we'll move on. So just stop buying it.
Brian says, he said this a while ago, the left treats stories like children. They don't have their own, so they... And very much agree so.
Yep.
And it just goes to show how very narrow-minded they are in being creative, and yet having a skill where it like goes together, like it comes together regardless of the thing. It's Nick was being interviewed on a show today that I was watching, and he said it best. It's the left can't meme, but yet they somehow, and this isn't verbatim here, but the left can't meme, but yet they know how to weasel something into like making it work in some weird way.
Yeah, I get that.
So that was the Thor thing. It was like one of those things where I saw like some of the people that I follow on Twitter, like they brought it up a little bit, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Well, the most
like,
frustrating thing is it's like, okay, fine, make your girl character, but then why does the girl character have to be so unlikable and act like such a bitch? Give me an actual strong female character. I don't need a bitch with daddy issues who's just going to treat every single guy that she comes across as though he's the scum that she scrapes off her shoe at the end of the day. Like, that's why Captain Marvel originally was a guy, and then inside the Avengers series, they are like, hey, let's make Captain Marvel a girl. But it's why Captain Marvel as that female character is so unlikable. It's because Brie Larson plays her with a permanent scowl on her face, and anybody that she approaches who's guy or girl, she treats as though they could never attain to the intellectual prowess that she has come to master and call her own. And that's why her character is so unlikable.
I find that funny because there's no skill whatsoever.
No, Captain Marvel would have been great. Like, I would have been excited to see Captain Marvel destroy Thanos' ship there at the end, even if it was a female playing the role, if not for the fact that she comes off as such a hard-edged, stone-walled jerk.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. All right. So, that out of. Well, with all this, and we'll get to the bigger issue at hand, that is Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, a tad bit later, just because there's just so much insanity happening. But on a lesser note, that's kind of bullshitty. I guess Bill Murray might be facing a Me Too movement as well.
Really?
Supposedly in a film that he has starred in, called Being Mortal, I guess. And I've read different things.
Is this a recent film?
A recent film, yes.
Get it.
It's been suspended. Now I've read indefinitely in some articles, and just suspended at different times. But he's being right now the production has been suspended, whether indefinite or not, I'm not sure. Being suspended because some quote inappropriate behavior was reported. So he has been suspended production over inappropriate behavior allegation. And
allegations.
Exactly. That's the key thing. Allegations.
So I'm assuming that they're going to be doing some kind of investigation then?
I would probably assume so, but it's the fact that if we want to take for granted the one source that I was reading that said indefinitely, they're literally canceling a whole movie or stopping a whole movie because supposedly Bill Murray did some inappropriate things, which I'm not exactly sure what it is. I'm probably should have looked in a little bit deeper. I know in the past, Bill Murray has had a lot of crazy stuff happen in the past. Like he's kind of been a
wild card
and very hard to work with. There was the famous physical altercation with Chevy Chase and him on Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
there was that.
You explain it to me. I don't even know what that is.
Let's see. Something got brought up to where Bill Murray snidely remarked to, I believe it was Chevy Chase. Yeah, Chevy Chase, that he should go have sex with Julietta something, which was his ex-wife.
Oh,
and then Chevy Chase responded with, your face looked something like an insult to the face that I couldn't remember, sort of thing. And then that's kind of where like blows started, supposedly happened on SNL. There's also the very infamous Harold Ramis and Bill Murray dispute where altercations happened to where Harold Ramis like at one point threw Bill Murray up agained the wall.
Wait.
They stopped.
Wait, was it a dispute between Harold and
Bill?
Oh, okay. Dang.
Like they did not speak to each other for 20 plus years.
Holy
and
cow.
This was, I believe,
Dang.
I think Groundhog's Day is kind of when this was. Sadly, this feud happened.
Oh my gosh.
But luckily, he made up with Harold before he passed away.
Oh, well,
So
that's
they,
good.
They got they reconciled before that happened. Thank God, because no one wants.
Yeah,
that.
You don't need that.
You don't need
karma
that,
on your
especially
soul.
at like 20 plus years where it's like you got to get over it.
Dude,
and then
for
there was
real.
something with What About Bob? I think with what's his name, the guy who plays the psychiatrist. Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah.
Which I personally think Richard Dreyfuss is an asshole to begin with. I think he thinks himself as a prodigy when really he isn't. But I guess at one point he got into his face, said no one likes working with you, threw an ashtray at his face. Bill Murray did. And stuff like this.
Dang.
Joked around with another girl. And then said he's gonna throw her in the lake or something. But that one was more jest, and even she said she thought she didn't see it as being
Yeah, he said he was gonna cut my head off, leave me in buckets, and chuck me in the lake.
Yeah, something. Yeah, not to that extreme. But
I took him out for stew later.
I don't know if it was the same. I don't know if it was the same girl, but there was one where someone said that Bill invited. Oh my! Oops, sorry.
Oh, we ran out of continues?
Nope, I'm here. There was one where Bill was. I don't even know if she was the main co-star or a secondary character, but at one point Bill invited everyone, treated everyone to dinner except her, and didn't invite her, and then he was all butthurt about it.
I thought you were gonna tell me that he invited everybody to dinner, treated everybody but her, just made her pay for her own stuff.
No. She didn't even get invited, and she was salty about it. But then when her mother passed away or father passed away, he was the only one that showed up at the funeral.
Dude,
so
tough break.
Yeah. Hey, Fig, what's up?
Fig.
But yeah. But the movie is called Being Mortal, and they halted production, and it was by Aziz
Ansari? Really?
Yeah. But that's the person who wrote it. But I also know Seth Rogen. I think I saw Seth Rogen's involved in it. And it makes you
laughs.
Well, it makes you question it because they're not even specifying what was said. And we all know how Seth Rogen has become just a retarded libtard that still thinks drug humor is hilarious. Which to me it was overrated way back when people were all it's so funny sort of thing. I never really understood it because it's just
I don't have much time for it.
Yeah, it was okay.
It goes back to the joke where I was telling you about the people that still watch those, guy pretends to be Elmo and calls up a restaurant to order a pizza. It goes back to those people who would laugh at that kind of humor. All right, friggin' get it. Yay, you're pretending to be Elmo and you're playing Call of Duty. Oh my gosh, that's
oh yeah, I never liked those.
No.
Those were so gay.
It's you're the coolest guy right now who has a nub for an arm. That's what that is for me. Great. Oh, it was cool watching you try and whisk potatoes with your nubby arm. But how about you let me do it now because I've got both my hands.
It just goes to show though that no one. This is the thing that just baffles me. No one is safe from this. You liberals who are trying to say, yeah, I'm with all progressiveness. Anyone can be put in the crosshairs. So why even try to pretend that you still support it when it could just happen to you over the stupidest thing? Bill Murray could be canceled right now and not even have an investigation because this is how it's becoming. To where just take my word for it.
Didn't that happen to a famous voice actor? What's that guy who played the voice of Broly? What happened to him?
I don't know. I heard he wears supposedly gay pants.
Good old hot pants. Yeah, no, that's dumb.
Big says, Eric, you look like a completely different person with glasses and a wife beater with sleeves.
It's actually a V-neck t-shirt, but appreciate it, Fig.
Yeah, kind of glancing at the different articles I saw, which is funny because some of them went deep into his past, kind of what I explained to you, the past situations, conflicts he had with other actors.
Interesting.
But most of the stuff I found was just accused of appropriate behavior, which who knows what that means.
Yeah.
Which if it's not even quote sexual, well, I shouldn't say quote, I don't know why I said quote. If it's not even a sexual thing that happened, or like, you know, assault, I don't know what happened.
Like if it
I'm
isn't
not
like a
saying
physical
it's
sexual
assault.
thing.
I'm not. No one knows what it is.
Yeah.
But I'm saying is, if it comes out to where he did something with sexual nature of some kind and stuff, but they're going after people now where it's just maybe he yelled at someone, maybe a Christian Bale rant happened or something like that.
Right, he
That
trashed
no one,
some guy's lights.
Like no one is safe. No one is safe because they will just make up an excuse and find a reason to indefinitely shut down a movie.
Oh yeah, dude, I shared.
This is ridiculous.
I shared my podcast on Twitter, and people started calling me, or at least one person I know of started calling me a religious nut. I'm like, really? Because I shared a podcast where I try and encourage people to be better than
Do
they
I
are?
know said person? Oh, okay.
Don't know.
Have I met him?
No, guaranteed not.
Is it someone that like that we don't even know or care about?
I mean, definitely that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it means nothing then.
Yeah. It's
Nice.
yeah. Nice.
Religious nut. Learning what the faith you choose to follow and learning the history about it is considered being a nut. Oh my god.
Yeah.
These people are to quote Kim Jong-un from Team America, why is everyone so fucking stupid?
Why can't you be smarter like me?
Like Ree.
Round Ree and sad I'm so.
Oh no,
Round
we
Ree.
flew up the bridge.
Oh, Round Ree.
So round ring. But yeah, that's kind of what's happening with Bill Murray. My first response was, can we just leave Ghostbusters alone? Like, let them, even though Ghostbusters isn't involved, but it's just like, oh my gosh, like,
Agreed.
just stop.
Like, please stop destroying all the things that I love.
Exactly, it's like they're making it their mission to destroy said childhood, or destroyed like stuff that we were thinking about, or like that we grew up with.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Just go ahead.
Crap.
Give me a female character. That's fine. If you want to make a female superhero, do it. Just don't replace one that I already hold so dear and pretend as though she's superior to the male who started that role. And also, don't make her so unlikable that I can't even root for her when she's finally fighting the bad guy, who is almost 100% always a guy, because why do we want to have this heroine fight another woman? Let's have her, kicking down the patriarchy in the form of some dude with an eye patch and a scientist jacket. And just
I never
saw
saw. What is this? You said Marvel?
Captain Marvel.
I never saw it.
Yeah, originally Captain Marvel was what the character Shazam, I believe Shazam, the new one that just came out, where the kid becomes a superhero.
Yeah, Shazam.
Yeah, that was originally, if I'm not mistaken, who later became Captain Marvel. Started out as a guy. Just don't try and take over the role of a guy. Give me a new girl with a new shtick, and let's have her story. Like Jessica Jones. She has her own story. A troubled party chick, and she's crazy good, beating the daylights out of people. And
was Jessica Jones good?
I mean, Jessica.
I don't think it was.
I mean, the show itself, they did crossovers with, I believe, Luke Cage, and I want to say, I believe they did a crossover with Punisher as well. But the thing was, is at least she was her own thing. They didn't have to take over the spot of Terry Jones or something like that. Some down on his luck boxer who ends up having adamantium just injected into his right fist, and now he shatters people's eye sockets when he punches them. It's like, no. They gave her, she was her own thing. That was what made her. Jessica Jones. Femme fatale. I mean, because she was still cute and beating daylights out of people.
Bangable?
Yeah.
That was like I was gonna say that was a Charlie Day comment. Oh, that's funny.
We're trying to figure out this one here. Is duck pants? Yeah, it's duck pants. Yeah.
Duck.
This is
That's a chicken with. That's a worm with teeth, or that's a bird with teeth.
And this is supposed to be that's a rat stick. Well, we made that one. Oh my gosh, you guys. that baseball bat wrapped in chains, nails sticking out of it.
Pretty much Lucille.
So good, so good.
Fixes. We do. Why do we even care anymore? It's all dead now. We should move on with our own stories. That's 10 times better.
Mm-hmm. Like Daily Wire. Now they're making cartoons now. Come on, Daily Wire. I'll send you my resume.
My resume.
You can have my resume.
My resume. Yes.
Here's my weapon. It's all for you. Oh no.
Right. Well, I guess something that we could talk about to where it, I guess we could say it's sticking it to the woke bullshit is good old DeSantis versus Disney, and DeSantis just bringing in so much delicious cake to eat while we just watch our leftist tear mugs fill up with the salty salt of progressive assholes. But a bill has been signed, and Disney can no longer pretty much have the opportunity to self-govern like they've had for so long. He signed a bill, and all that is now bye-bye.
Check this out. I heard some figures today, and I believe this is the last I checked. Disney is down in stock 30 billion.
Oh my god.
Netflix is down 50.
Good. I
when you hear people who are creators at Disney talking about how they literally are trying to shoehorn in as much trans agenda woke crap as possible, and they flat out say, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to jam it on in there," it doesn't exactly inspire me to say, "Oh yeah, we're out for making movies again that are all about doing the right
targeting
thing."
Children.
Well, it's no longer are the days.
Oh, they're targeting children, all right, not for
yeah
helping them like learn about life or anything like that.
No, it's how to victimize yourself and be weak to the degree that your villain, the enemy you've been fighting your entire life, finally blows their own brains out just to get away from you.
And if you don't go along with them, grooming.
Yep. Okay, groomer.
Okay, I doubt it. Big Newton says I wouldn't want to be any part of Ben Shapiro. You know,
Ben Shapiro's squishy. I do love Michael Knowles. Love me some Knowles.
Yeah, I mean, I know I've looked at sources that Ben Shapiro and his team, the Daily Wire, pulls out, you know, to kind of keep abreast of what's happening and stuff. I wouldn't say I never went really hard on, like, I gotta read what the newest article is today sort of thing, you know? I like to try to bounce around.
Yeah, well, it's good because then you're well-rounded. Like, I really like, well, I do like watching Ben Shapiro. I prefer watching Michael Knowles, and I like Andrew Klavan, just because you get that elder approach with Klavan being around for so long. Not that he's, you know, some kind of old crotchety dude, but he's been around long enough to be able to see the heyday of Hollywood and then see its undoing. The thing that I do find Ben squishy on, he was a bit squishy on the vaccines to begin with, and he was really squishy on the most recent election with all the fake ballots and how we had literally more ballots come in than even people exist in the United States. Which
that one's just a big. That one's
bananas.
That's just Benny Boy's Zion. Okan.
Benny Boy. Well, Ben is also a Jew. He has not received Jesus as his Lord and Savior. Does not recognize Christ as our coming King. So I mean, the religion aside, I can get beyond that, because there are some things that I really enjoy listening to Ben on, especially when he gets into numbers and stats, because he's a numbers dude. And
that's the whole point, though. Like, you don't have to agree with. See, that's what the leftists want you
make
to
it all about identity politics.
Well, not just that, but take it to that extreme. Which again, did we beat the game already?
We beat the first one.
Oh my gosh. Not even paying attention, but we did it.
Yeah.
But
can we skip this? Are we stuck watching it? Oh gosh.
That was me, probably.
I recorded a clip for you.
No, I don't need it. Let's see. What you doing?
I don't know.
Stop pushing.
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, we can prattle along as this guy talks to a dolly. Oh, he got blown up.
Yeah, we can just tap and just.
let's make it hard for ourselves and not give ourselves infinite continues.
Sure.
We'll see what that's like. Go ahead, continue.
But yeah, this is just something that I got from an article. I think it was called Deadline.
Dart's gun.
But in any case, it's the Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has signed a bill to dissolve Walt Disney World's private government into law on Friday. So that is literally today. DeSantis signed a bill on Friday to I just read that. Wait, why did I repeat that? Well, in any case, so it's punishing the entertainment giant for opposing a new law that critics call. So obviously it's, you want to bring in politics, the whole Don't Say Gay bill, fine, then kiss goodbye to get anything that private government. The movie is expected to have a huge tax implication for Disney and further sour the relationship between the Republican-lead government, whose theme parks have transformed Orlando into one of the popular destinations.
I think it is going to be, or I think it is a good move. I do. I like the idea of not allowing a conglomerate, because that's what Disney is. They're a huge conglomerate. I like the idea of not allowing.
Oh yeah. If we can go ahead and.
I like the idea of not letting a conglomerate continue to just essentially run roughshod over actual state law.
I'm gonna restart.
Just because of how big they are, because Disney, they have things implemented inside their utilidor that you're not supposed to be allowed to have. The utilidor is the underground city that's below Magic Kingdom.
I'm gonna continue.
Let's do 10. 10, continue. See if we can do it.
And then difficult, normal.
Yes. See if we can do it. Well, to play real conservative like. But that's one of the things that I think is a good thing. It's like, okay, hey, look, you guys have had free run of the shop, as it were, since your conception back in the 60s. Now we're not going to support that because you're more concerned about pushing ideology than what your initial foray into the arts was, and that was telling compelling stories and essentially remaking the Grimm fairy tales for a kid audience. That's the whole thing. So many of the tales that Disney has done, they were Grimm fairy tales, and they were just retrofit, as it were, to suit not just the North American audience, but suit a child demographic. Oh shoot. A boss already? Oh, that camel just don't charge.
Yeah, one has to ask, like, when does it become, well, this is where it's the people, not just the left too, because we keep saying the left, but obviously the right thing. But this is what happens when you've taken something where you don't have to physically beat someone anymore to submission. You can just take away all their accessibility to punish them for something that they will determine how it should be.
Yeah, well, this literally is a sanction, if you will, on Disney. That's what this amounts to. And a sanction for a foreign world power, which is what Biden tried to level against Russia, and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna make trade a whole lot harder for you, and you don't have access to that, this, and the other. When a nation's already invaded another nation, putting sanctions on them, it's a moot point, and it's really not going to do anything unless it's backed up by actual action. So this is not only is this a sanction on Disney, but because it's here in the United States, it's affecting their pocketbook in ways that I'm sure they weren't expecting that it'd be hit. On top of that, you have so many people that have canceled their Disney subscriptions in recent days and months because of all the woke nonsense and them getting away from their first love, which was presenting stories to an American audience and then a world audience that you'd have to go back and decipher through the old English of the Grimm fairy tales to get a hold of.
Ryan says, I think Disney has 1 year to present an alternate proposal for Disney World. Can't wait to see what they do. The suspense is killing me. I hope it will last. Well, what like you're gonna have to prove.
I'll take care of the guys. You take care of the ship.
Okay. Like you're gonna have to prove. Okay, explain to us why it is so necessary to that it is crucial to be having all this LGBTQ kid grooming, and like when kids go to the thing, that this has to be in their face. Why does it need to happen? Like it doesn't need to happen. That's the thing. I don't think they'll be able at all to justify it in any way, shape, and form.
Oh, and I used
because to me it's the most logical explanation ever. It's kids should come here to have fun. Why do they need to know that the guy behind or the guy inside Mickey Mouse is some homo dude or something like that?
Dude, okay, so I was a cast member, as you well know, at Disney for better part of a year. I was there for the extended college student program, and then I worked a little bit at like the following year in the summer. And when I was working there, about 96% of the staff there, they called us all cast members. 96% of them were gay men. And
96%?
Yeah.
Like you actually crunched the numbers?
That's what they told us when we were first getting started.
Wait, they actually told you? Like they sat you down and said,
well, this is our trainers who are just kind of leveling with us. Like, hey, just so you know, and I shouldn't say just gay men, but they said gay. They said 96% of the people that work here are going to be gay. They said there's a lot more gay guys here than there are gals. So they said, guys, if it's like, girls, if you're looking to find a man here, you're looking to find your forever boy, you're gonna be a little bit harder. You're gonna more or less have to.
I think that potion was.
Oh, was it? Oh, you're a mummy. Nice.
Or I'm a mummy.
It was for you.
I'm thinking of the zombie.
But they said
it only hops so much.
They said if you're looking for your forever guy, your Prince Charming, gotta be a little bit tough. You may have to end up taking what you can get in some respects. They said though, if you're a guy, either way, you're fine, and very much true. I no joke. I had a moment where I walked into a new break room that I hadn't been at before, and it was literally to this degree. This is how rabid the people were there. I had a dude who wasn't unattractive sit down on my right. A very attractive gal sat down on my left, who were also sharing the same break room as I was, and they looked at me and they go, "Gay or straight?" And I said, "Straight." And the guy was like, got up and left. Went and sat back by his friends. I went, wow, okay. And the girl hung out. So like behind the scenes, even the cast members, a lot of them are there. They're thirsty. They're real thirsty. And Disney's already had its goings on with where they have gay days in the park where all the homosexuals come on out and they wear their little park t-shirts and they get together and it's a big thing. It's like, yeah, we're here, we're queer, we're having fun. Let's go ride the teacups. It's this whole thing. It's like this 3-day event, like one weekend where, hey, you just expect to see a whole lot more homos in the park. And that's fine. The only thing that I really took exception to was the fact that you had so many people among them that were acting in an over-sexualized manner because it's gay days, and they were also wearing shirts that were quite offensive to parents who are there with their kids. Like, I saw several shirts that said, "One day my prince will come," spelled C-U-M. One of them said, "One day my prince will come," and then on the back it said, "On my face," and it had a splatter below it done up in whatever the silk screen was. And I sat there and I'm like, come on, guys. Had I been running the front of the park, we have to check people's bags. You're allowed to not let people in based on their dress code. Like, you're allowed to be like, hey, look, sorry, you can't come in here with that shirt. Had it been me in the front of the park, I'd have said no. Either go change that shirt or flip it inside out, because you got people here with their kids. So
that's the thing that gets me. Like, I really hope, like, I hope DeSantis or someone, like, if Disney does make an argument, I super hope that they get pictures of those. Yeah, and just be like, so explain to me why people like this need to display this to kids.
Yeah, it's like, I don't care if you want to go and have your gay pride parade. That's totally fine. But don't pretend like your lifestyle is supposed to be so attractive to me when you're literally... I don't get any guns when I'm a mummy.
All right, I'll try to...
Don't pretend that your lifestyle and your choices are supposed to be so attractive to me when you're literally leading your partner around by a chain around his neck, and he's got a strap-on mounted to the front of him. Just, you got kids out there in San Francisco that are standing on either side of that parade route. They don't need to be witness to that.
Hashtag free the gimp.
Yep. Don't sit on in the gimp, Greg.
We got some comments here. Let's see. Brian again says, it is funny to watch the left cry over special deals and tax cuts and tax breaks being taken away from a big corporation. Yeah, I thought they were, I thought Republicans were all big corporations. Stuff like that. That's really funny,
dude. Like, the liberal minds, they have totally shifted, because it used to be the Republicans. Oh yeah, we're the ones that are really about big business and, you know, it's free market capitalism. And now you see a total switch where it's like, hey, let's not squash the little guy because we recognize the utility in having them around and them making their products and us buying them. But let's also not go greasing the palms of places like BlackRock that is only in it for the moolah.
I don't know. I've always felt, I remember, like, back in high school, it just didn't seem right when the liberals would tell me that, like, it was like that before. I was like, you guys sure seem a bunch of, like, you guys seem like a bunch of assholes when you complain about it. Like, why would I want to listen to you if you're just be a douche?
Bunch of wet blankies, I tell you.
Oh, you get to pick your character.
I did. I picked the gal. I don't remember what her name is, though.
Oh, it's
called her Brumhilda.
And then Brian also says, my niece starts the college program next month. Ooh. Well, if she chose it, good. Hope she has fun. Hope she's safe and all that.
If your niece is a Christian gal, tell her that she needs to stay in her Bible while she's there, because there are a lot of temptations. I will tell you that right now. And, like, especially if you're somebody who just wants to go out there and build up a body count of notches on your bedpost. You can have that in spades. They call Vista Way Vista Lay, because so many of the college kids that are there, you know, they're just there to work, make their money, and get a piece.
Yay, human.
There's also a lot of partying that does happen there, and there's a lot of you can get that one, Greg. There's a lot of avenues for getting a hold of things that you really shouldn't have any part of. So just tell her to
wait, what?
Oh, you must have done the self-destruct.
Oh.
Yeah, so tell her to read her proverb every day. For sure.
I'm gonna be unable to see the comment.
It's all right.
I think I saw Fig say something about where did all these Fruit Loops come from. Yeah. It's.
I'll tell you what is annoying.
It's one of those things where it's like, in the truth of everything is that no one cares.
Yeah.
No one gives a shit who you like to bang at night, who you're attracted to, blah 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 blah. No one cares. But it's like we need to be acknowledged for years upon ends because they were. And this is the thing I still don't get, is I don't get exactly how big the oppression was for gay people back in the day. I mean, you couldn't get married, and it's like, okay, you know, I mean, you're talking to someone where the government should stay out of marriage in general too. Yeah. Whatever you want to say. Now, I would also say I think marriage is obviously religious associated.
Holy crap! Dang.
Religion is actually religious associated, and I would think that would be one of the, you know, if you're gonna go around to churches and they don't want to, you know,
Perform your wedding ceremony.
That's their right to do it. Go to the courts. You know?
Don't force some dude to make your gay cake. You know, like. Like so many people are all about live and let live, and that's what you hear so much from not just libertarians but even libs on TikTok. They're like this whole "don't judge me" attitude. Okay, well then stop trying to force feed everybody an ideology that only you and your fringe minority of people are really enjoying, because the rest of us, we want to be able to enjoy our football on Sundays. We want to be able to crack a joke with our friends and not have to look over our shoulder every single time we do.
I mean, we still.
Oh yeah,
not look over the shoulder.
Oh no,
we still crack jokes.
No, because some degree you and I enjoy watching people squirm a little bit. This is good for them, you know. Healthy amount of fear. That's good. Man, this dude has infinite life. I don't know how we beat this guy.
We only have 1 credit left, by the way.
It's okay. Well,
oh my gosh,
we can just start from the level that we die at.
I mean, but like. I guess what I was getting back on the point though. Oh, come on, back to the point though is like, it's like they're hierarchying like the oppression to that of like, you know, like
the Jews,
like
the Holocaust,
Jews,
yes.
or like, you know, slave trades and stuff like that, and it's like it's asinine.
Yeah, unless you lived in
like,
Laramie and somebody killed you because you were a homo, then you know.
Yeah,
I don't think you can really exactly say that you're up there with Jesus Christ on the cross, as it were.
Well, then it's the whole like, if you're gonna go off of the live and let live sort of mentality, then you shouldn't get butthurt over, you know, people who like just do not care and will purposely mock you, you know, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like when somebody wants to ask me the question, oh, you know, why does who I sleep with matter to you? It doesn't matter to me. What does matter to me is that What does matter to me is that you're walking around in a park that's made for children and families, and you've got a what is in your mind a cum stain on the back of your shirt with "One day my prince will come" on my face written across your chest. You're making it my problem now. I didn't want it to be my problem. I don't need it to be my problem. I don't care what you do in the dark, because we're all God's children in the dark. Just don't let me know about it when I'm in line to go ride Space Mountain, or the Matterhorn, or Pirates of the Caribbean, or the Teacups, or Dumbo. Or Snow White.
Dumbo. Like,
yeah, they put
all
a
that stuff is
park.
probably gone now and replaced with some garbage, you know, where 50% of the staff are black females and the other percent is
all the guys there are named Christian Grey.
People that are probably of people of color, because you know you can't have white.
You know, what's really funny is when I was still working there were a number of my friends there who were gay, and during gay days they would say stuff like, "I hate my tribe during gay days because they do stupid crap like this. I don't want to be associated with them." And I'm like,
you purposely put snack?
No, I just smashed the O button.
Oh, I just liked snack.
To start from level 2, because you know what? Skip level 2. I don't want to do that one again. That was dumb. I don't know why we couldn't kill that thing.
What are you talking about? We're gonna have to restart the whole thing all over.
The whole thing?
The whole point of why you wanted infinite life.
Right. 20 credits this time, I say.
You don't want infinite lives here.
Yes, we need a challenge.
I don't get why we can't go back to like why. Okay,
we need a
game critique right here. Why do we have to go back to the menu to change the amount of lives we have? Couldn't we have
no, we
that
must be
right
hexed.
there?
Greg, quick, cut it.
Brian says, now it isn't don't judge. Now it isn't don't judge me. Now it's validate me. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you change it? Or were you just spamming X?
I picked number 2. Did X change the thing?
No, we were gonna change the coinage. Now we got to go back to.
Wait, I thought we did it inside here. You did it when we were inside.
No.
Yeah, we were inside the game and you changed it to 20, didn't you?
No, I went back to the main menu.
Oh.
We changed the rapid fire.
Don't that feel sheepish?
Oh, you just getting all antsy.
Apologies.
That's all good.
Yeah. No, but
yeah,
the main thing is it's like, hey, why? As I've said it before, I will say it again. If your sexuality and your pronouns, or what you prefer to be called, is the most important thing about you, then you live a shallow existence that I simply.
An art one.
Ooh, do that. I like that.
Here, we'll go through. So this was art one and scan.
Art one.
Want scan lines too?
I
like scan.
Yeah, Scanline's cool. Yeah. Give us that retro feel. Oh, look at that.
Look at that. All right.
Unbraided. But no,
now
if your sexuality is the most important thing about you, or the most defining trait about you and your pronouns, then you do live a very shallow existence, and you have no business trying to drag other people into your misery, which is what way too many people do. And it's what Disney is about to be on the cusp of or it's what they have been on the cusp of for a while, in trying to shoehorn in all this nonsense into movies that are supposed to be for kids and families. Like, if you want to do that, go ahead and put a show up on your Disney Plus where it's, it's all about dudes experimenting. Make an actual show that it's about. It's like when you and I were talking about the Shield Hero, and people were they say,
I need to watch that.
They say
the season 2's out.
Is it already? Nice.
Yeah.
You see that? But it's like, okay, you take a show where you have somebody like Marky put some dumb comment in about the patriarchy or Pizzagate or what have you inside a regular little slice of life anime, which it doesn't belong in. It's like, okay, why are you doing this? This has nothing to do with that. You're just upsetting people now. Whereas you have Shield Hero, which it was literally a show designed to address that topic, the whole Me Too topic, believe all survivors, believe all women thing. And it was designed to be that, and they handled it amazingly. They didn't have to try and slyly sneak in the idea, because that's what the whole thing was about from the get-go. Give me that instead, because you look at the character of LeFou inside Beauty and the Beast. Now, in the original one, he just seems like he looks at Gaston as though the sun shines out his armpits. Like the cleft in his chin is what he needs to aspire to.
Gosh, we both got killed trying to jump in there.
Eating 5 dozen eggs a day, so you're the size of a barge, stuff like that. But inside the movie, the live action one, and I thought they handled this well. They don't just out and out tell you, hey, LeFou's gay. They imply it. But they don't have to say, hey, just so you know, like, yeah, I'd love to have Gaston climb up behind me here and treat me like his belle. No, they don't say any of that. They make kind of a funny comment towards the end where LeFou essentially jumps ship and starts fighting on behalf of the Beast and his cohorts, and somebody gives him the look as though to say, hey, what happened with you and Gaston? And he just goes, we're in a really bad place right now, which I thought was very funny and very tactfully approached. I'm like, cool. You didn't just have to out and out be like, yeah, he makes me have impossible sex and then makes me clean the sheets. No, it was like, yeah, we're in a bad place right now, and they let it be that.
I mean, that's clever, but why was it needed?
It wasn't needed, which is why I didn't mind that they just let it be implied and then left it at that. Because let's face it, to pit LeFou as a physical character versus the cartoon character, it would be hard to play up the angle of this dude who, as I said, thinks the sun shines out his best buddy's armpits, and just wants to be him. It would be hard to do that without making the character some kind of creepy stalker who wants to wear his skin.
Why not? That would have been amazing.
It would be funny,
I
though.
would have gone and watched it.
But I feel like that would have detracted from the fact that Gaston is supposed to be this bastion of what it means to be man, and then be chucked off a spire on top of Beast's castle.
Does he still get stabbed? But I'm like never gonna watch it because I can only handle auto-tune Emma Watson for so much.
I think so. I think he does still get stabbed.
Does he still have little crosses in his or a skull?
No, I wish.
That would have been a nice nod.
Come on, Camel, jump! Oh no, Camel, don't explode! Oh, I thought the camel was gonna explode. That would have been really, really funny if it did.
Okay. Well, I guess we can shift. We'll shift gears a little bit. So I've been
If the gear.
I have been disgustingly obsessed with Elden Ring, even though it constantly gives me salt deficiency. I get so mad at the game.
Yeah, you probably hold a lot of water, don't you?
Dude,
so much water is inside your bones right now.
Like, I have to get supplements.
Oh shoot, I didn't mean to grab that.
I have to get supplements to just even out my salt.
Gotcha. You gotta take those nitroglycerin pills.
Yes, it gets me good. But I guess there's a hacker who his name's Luke Ross.
Luke Ross.
And I guess he mods games, like PC games. And I guess he's kind of turning heads because he's recently modded to where you can play Elden Ring's first person.
That's cool.
With VR, VR like stuff. And if anyone's seen Elden Rings, like there's some crazy visuals of like the characters that are disgusting. So like to see that up close and stuff, like that's something I've always enjoyed, and I'm supportive of the ROMs and the hacking and the stuff like that to play games. I hate purists who say the only true way to play a game is
on the native console.
On the native console with the original hardware.
Nope.
Because there's no save states. You didn't have to deal with this as a kid. Which I just respond, well, everything's going digital now. So like.
And what happens when my turbo graphics breaks down and I don't have a guy who can fix it?
I'm not rich enough to get
not play
modding.
the game anymore.
Yeah, I'm not modding my crap because
Save me, Greg, save me. Save me.
What?
Don't let him spill the tonic on me.
There. Tonic. Here, I'll make sure.
Use your grenades. The grenades are so powerful, especially on bosses. Like
okay, so I know this zombie chick doesn't drop any.
The poor girl. Looks like she died. Where should
But I think they played because there's been games that because they like people who fan translate stuff, like they'll like people can sometimes they'll decide like, you know what, maybe we should bring it to America or something like that. But and of course there's your
it's all right. I am not upset.
But I've always admired the modding community and whatnot, just because of stuff like this, to where it's like, you know what, it'd be cool for this to be VR. It'd be nice. Like I'm gonna find people. There's a website called romhacking.net.
You're gonna translate.
They'll translate. Not identities, but coding. They will translate.
Well, heck yeah.
And they'll like translate games that never made it to the U.S., which is unfortunate because a lot of good games are out there that never saw the light of day. And I jump.
Yep. No.
I know. I'm huge.
Big old fruit.
Big old fruit. But
fruit.
That's something that I thought was kind of lighthearted to learn about, because let me check my notes here. It says that so he did like VR mods for Red Dead Redemption 2. That'd be sick. Ooh, Western virtual reality. Whoa,
you push to the left a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know what we do. Yeah,
and what was the other? Cyberpunk.
Okay, so check this out. There was a guy who did like a total graphics update for Half-Life 2.
That's the thing. Like
I love that.
Like people who buy Steam stuff, like if say you bought the Knights of the Old Republic, old game, hard to run. Even if you just buy the Steam version, like it's still hard to make it to run it correctly, just because it's super old. People have modded it to where they'll get it to run and they'll upgrade the graphics, change the controls and stuff to make it just top notch, like awesomeness.
Well, didn't you tell me also that sometimes with ROMs for like Super Nintendo, they'll fix a level that used to really glitch really badly, or adjust controls?
Yeah, people will just be like, you know what, I want to even out this part because it's clearly too hard, or like, hey, I want to add a turbo button to this because I'm tired of tapping my thumb, and instead of just getting a specific controller or programming it to have a turbo option, I should just be able to just do it right then and there.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
That's probably a
yeah. Nice.
All right, last time I made that explode, you get that. But I thought that was something to kind of get away from like all the garbage that we're seeing and stuff. I love the ramming community and the hacking community.
No.
See, it did the same thing.
Oh, it's because I was holding the X and I hit A together. Dang it!
That's what I think. That's exactly what I did.
Sucks.
It was garbage.
Oh.
So, come on.
Make sure we check our grenades.
Yeah. Right. So I have. Okay, so I've been saving this one. It's 8:09, so I'm pretty sure we'll be talking about this for a good while. But let us go ahead and jump into what everyone's been talking about. I'm sure you've probably seen it with Rekieta.
Oh yeah.
And whatnot, and that is Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, the trial, and oh my gosh, dude, so much insanity. And obviously, I think I would be fair to say that I'm confident that you're pro Depp.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. And I want to go on record and say Amber Heard is a garbage human being for a number of reasons. But dude, like, what are your thoughts on the whole thing? Like, just so far, like, just Johnny's testimony so far. Like, it was just, it's not like I got super emotional or anything about it, but it was very disheartening and saddening to learn about his life as a kid.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Like, that is brutal, to where you have a father who's just passive, to where he just doesn't stick up, doesn't be literally the man of the house, and be like, and just dip because he just couldn't handle it because he was still young. There, we beat it.
Yes.
But yeah, man, like, that was just awful.
He comes off as very, very sincere and very, very believable. And I liked one of the things that the gal that Nick had on with him when Johnny was just starting his actual questioning from the prosecution team. And that was that the pace that he set in how he answered his questions, and the
Shout
way
out to Nick, by the way, for
yes, absolutely.
I think he's gonna like do the whole thing, like, trooper to him, because he's just
that's a long haul for sure, and that's
anybody new that doesn't follow Nick Rekieta Law, go follow him. Tell him that Eric Roland and Power K Greg send him there.
Yep. And tell him how to eat a PB&J sandwich.
Yeah, tell him that the only way to eat a proper sandwich is to just get as much meat and condiments as possible, slice open that bread to where it's still connected, and just shove that thing in there, and then cut it with a knife and spoon.
Yep. But then still eat it with a fork.
And just throw it in the trash right after.
Right, just set it right over there in the trash with all the rest of our hopes and dreams. But no, his approach and how he's actually been answering, the time he takes to answer his questions, the setup that was done, because they had to, as they were saying, they had to definitely get out ahead of the whole drug use thing, for sure. Had to get ahead of the alcohol use. They had to get ahead of the fact that he's had these kind of explosive emotional moments himself. Who among us has not?
But I'm kind of curious though, because that's just your typical Hollywood life. Like,
oh yeah,
the thing that I thought was so funny is yet it's, and I'm sure Nick pointed it out too, but it's Amber's side points out all these stuff and then don't really go anywhere, to where you're just like,
it's because they think that just like bringing it up is enough of a gotcha. Depp comes off as not just sincere, but he comes off as very believable, and he comes off as just a decent guy who has his own demons that he's trying to work through and has been for a while. It was weird back when Rum Diaries was just coming out, because I didn't realize, as movies often go, it's like they film the movie and then it might be a year or two before it finally comes out, because they go through all the editing, and then they go and they have the actual promotional time for the movie where they go to different countries and whatnot, and they just drum up support for it. And I didn't think about this at the time. I was working on NBC's The Playboy Club in Chicago when the Rum Diaries had just gotten, I think they were just either in theaters or getting ready to leave theaters. And the whole big thing was, oh yeah, Amber Heard is, she's currently dating Johnny Depp. And it was like, oh, okay, wow, cool. Well, in Amber Heard, she was one of the stars of the show. She was, I'd say, the main star of the show. The Playboy Club.
Oh, wait, Amber Heard was on the Playboy Club?
Yep, she was.
Wow.
She's
I had no idea.
Yeah, she was the new cigarette bunny at the Playboy Club, and you had people in there like Laura Benatti. You had Eddie Cibrian, who's pretty much made his mark in Lifetime movies and stuff.
Brian says peanut butter on both sides, bread from Doggy.
Oh, there you go.
There's
and
a
then
full PC port of Ocarina of Time, Mario 64. A source code. The source code was reversed so that you could add all like high res. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Like, I love people who just like second nature. So anyway.
Oh yeah, but anyway, so I worked with her on there, and I will say that she was an odd girl.
And she has resting bitch face.
Well, and like it was weird because it seemed, at least to me, that this is before she had gone off the deep end in a sense. Now, I didn't realize that she had abused her ex-wife, and I didn't know that she even had an ex-wife until this trial, because I just didn't cover her very much, because I don't prefer her acting. However, I have to say this. The Rum Diaries is one of those guilty pleasure movies that I can't even tell you why I like it. I can't tell you why I like it so much, but when it's on, I am just compelled to watch it. I really genuinely enjoy the movie. It's about this guy. He's a writer, and he goes to Puerto Rico to join a newspaper there and write about tourism and travel and all that. The dude is like a severe drunk and a substance abuser, which, you know, art imitating life there in terms of the trial. But he ends up falling in love with this girl who is played by Amber Heard. And she's dating Aaron Eckhart's character. I think her name is Chenault. But he ends up, the two end up falling in love, and then he's still writing for the paper there, and it's this whole big thing. So she's seeing him, and I would notice at her on set. It was very much because we were the core extras, so we were the ones who were the club key holders, because back in the day when the Playboy Club existed, only the key holders could get in. It was a very exclusive club, so you had to show your key at the door and all that. So you have the same core extras in all the club scenes.
You were a key holder? I
was one of the key holders, yep. So part of the core extras. And then any of the outside scenes that took place, there were typically just different extras playing those, because they're not going to be the ones that are going to be seen over and over inside the actual club itself. But what I thought was interesting about her was that while we were encouraged, hey, don't talk to the actors, they've got a job to do, they're trying to stay in the scene, they're trying to stay in that moment, that headspace, which obviously, yes, you don't want to go and bug them when this isn't your show, this is their showcase. While you'd have the scene being set up, and they'd be placing all of us extras throughout the club, and they'd be getting everybody set where they're supposed to be, and so you'd have several different production assistants making sure people's drinks were the proper height, and refreshing ice, and you have people going around touching up makeup and hair and all that. Well, in the midst of all that was going on, you'd see the actors who are going to be the focal point of that scene that we were about to start filming, going through their lines and maybe like kind of rehearsing between the two of them or the three of them or however many it were, and you could see them just actively engaged in just being present there in that moment and knowing that the job was there to be done. Well, Amber is off to the side here, and she, between every single take, she would just walk back to her little chair and she would pick up a book that she was reading. I always saw her with a book. Never saw her working on her lines. Maybe she just has a fantastic memory and she's got a way to keep herself on task that she doesn't need to refresh herself before the scene. I don't know. I never saw her drop or flub a line, but I always found that to be odd, because it very much seemed like the show was just the job, and anytime that she wasn't on the camera or behind the in front of the camera, she treated it just as like, hey, I'm on coffee break right now, which again, fine to do. She's got the memory for it, and of course the big hitters in any show or movie are going to be the ones that are catered to. Like us core extras, we didn't just have access to the craft services table. That's it's reserved for the either the stand-ins, or it's just reserved for the main actors and actresses. It's reserved for the stand-ins, and it's reserved for the featured extras, or the people who are playing the music on the stage if you're inside like a club scene or what have you. Mm-hmm. But I do remember one day on set where, as I said, she was just kind of a quirky girl, and we just
Oh, no,
a lot
you're
of us, yeah, I ate so much that I turned fat.
Dude,
It makes you throw huge old bombs
Metal
too.
Slug. Going hard with the politics.
But anyway, yeah. So we didn't, you know, it was like, hey, just let them do their thing, don't bother them. And there's one scene actually I was put in with her. We're passing each other on a set of stairs, and she's running up to tell something to somebody in the club.
You're fat. Get in that.
And I briefly talked to her, and she was pleasant enough to talk to. I mentioned that I enjoyed her scene in Zombieland, where because she's towards the beginning of that, she ends up attacking.
Wait, she's the one girl that like attacks the one dude?
Yeah, and gets beaten with the lid off the toilet seat.
No.
Yeah, it's her.
No way. That's funny.
So I mentioned, I said, hey, I got a kick out of you in the beginning there of Zombieland. I said, it's pretty epic getting taken down with the lid off the back of a toilet seat. And she's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You're really sweet. Yeah, that scene, it took us 3 days to film, and I had to wear these contacts that you couldn't see out of, so I just had to memorize how the whole location was in that room. And we talked briefly, and then it was like, okay, well, action. And then we did our scene, and that was the end of it. So a few days later, we're working on, actually, it might even been a couple weeks later, we're working on a scene for another episode. And this is before I realized that when it comes to TV shows, oftentimes there is you have like your main director who might direct 3 or 4 episodes in a season of a show, but then it's like every other episode is directed by somebody new, completely different.
Yep.
I never knew that before.
Yep.
And there was one dude where it was like 2 takes, 3 takes top of every single scene that we were filming, and moving on. We had this one gal director who had us there on set till I think close to 4 in the morning. We were on set for 17 hours, and she was making us do upwards of 24 takes a scene. So everybody, like, you could barely stand. Everybody's back was killing them. I felt bad for the girls who played the bunnies inside the club, because they're wearing these built-in wire bras. They're wearing corsets all day. Well, it wasn't this director, but it was shortly thereafter, this really super long day.
Wait,
we have another just excruciatingly long day. It's almost, I think it's like about to be like 11 p.m. Well, oftentimes the talent will have their manager there on set with them, just to make sure that things are being adhered to that are contractually owed to them. Nobody's bothering them. Just watching out for them, right? Well, there was this scene where it's supposed to be like Amber has to run upstairs and say something to this guy, and so the scene essentially was I believe it was the one where she's passing me going up the stairs, but they just started the scene from where she was walking up the stairs past me. It's like a cut, and so the director says, hey, I want to get a shot of you running up the stairs here, and the camera is going to follow you up the stairs. And so the shot was more or less like, hey, this is like the fan servicey part of the anime where we're gonna scope in on her butt running up the stairs, get the little bunny tail wagging inside there as she runs up, and then it cuts to her from the front running up the stairs to go talk to whoever as I'm passing her. And that was what the whole shot was gonna be.
Oh my gosh.
She was so insistent on not doing that shot because she was worried that somebody was going to clip it on YouTube and do something to the footage, like make her ass super big and just totally objectify her.
Oh my gosh. So she was already like that to begin with.
She refused to do the scene when the director says, why? She goes, because we already have this. Essentially, she's like, we already have shots like this. You just want to get a shot of my ass running up the stairs. And he goes, yes, we're in the Playboy Club. I'm setting up this shot for the scene. Like, yes, that's a focus. We're selling sex here. And she goes,
oh my gosh.
Well, I don't want that because it's gonna end up on YouTube, and people will just do they do these things where they play it over and over the same clip, or they slow it down and speed it up, and they'll just do weird things to the clip. I'm not gonna do it. And so the guy's sitting here just in disbelief, like, are you kidding me right now? We have like one last scene to get through here, and then we're done for the night. And so her handler, her manager, more or less says,
"What the fuck I've been doing?"
No, her manager is like, "Yeah, it's actually past Miss Heard's time to go, so we are leaving," and
my
marched her off the set. So they had to look at all the other girls who played bunnies in the club, and they had to find a girl who essentially had
resembled her,
the same body shape as her, more or less the same ass shape as her, and they filmed her running up the stairs, and then it was...
My ass is actually shaped like a pear.
It's shaped like an upside down heart. When I sit down and trace it out, that's where we got our greeting cards from Hallmark. But yeah, so that was... They ended up filming her running up the stairs from behind, and then you see the cut to Amber from the front as she crests the top of the stairs.
Big's like, what the fuck? Actors need their rest. This is very true. But here's my question, is that we need to get you in that trial. And be like...
Tell the story.
And tell the story of how much of a...
They're like, yeah, this girl nuttier than squirrel poop, and I never did see her read a script.
I mean, dude, like, if she was that controlling, like, to begin, I mean, I know I'm pushing the boundaries a little bit, but that's hilarious. If anything, you gotta tell Nick that, and then maybe it'd be like, so Eric, will you tell us the experience of working with Miss Heard? Dude, that'd be amazing.
And like, I can respect her handler pulling her off at a certain time, because you're depending on who you are inside the actual shoot, you're scheduled for a certain amount of time, and so when you pass that, especially when you've been on set for 14, 16, 17 hours.
But was she really past that time?
She was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We had been there a very long day, so I can understand that. It's like, hey, look, you got to get your actor off set. That's your job as the manager. We want to keep in time to do so. It sucked that it was right towards the end. We had like half a scene left to do, and then it was going to be done. The thing I do take exception to is this, and it's that the actors and actresses on Playboy Club, they had to sign a nudity clause that they would be willing to do nudity for when the show released, either in Canada or when it released in the DVD set. Well,
Canada, we gotta get that nudity in here.
Keep them frosty. Make the boobs bigger, no fat chicks. But anyway, so like they had to sign nudity clauses, and then so you understand. Okay, there's a.
Did you sign a nudity clause?
I did not have to. I did not have to. Nope. But there was that. So they had to sign this. So they knew that, hey, there's going to be a salacious aspect of the work that we're going to be doing here, because this is the Playboy Club after all. What I take exception to is the fact that she wouldn't do the scene that was required of her by the director, because she was worried about what somebody might do to it on YouTube or like a site like Albino Black Sheep or E-Bomb's World. It's like, look, you already signed the nudity clause, and the director's trying to get a specific shot. You can see all the shots that are, or typically all the scenes and shots that are supposed to be laid out for the day, and you're just now deciding to hold up production for everybody else because you have an issue with the shot that's going to be presented, even though your character is a Playboy bunny girl living in the Playboy mansion, and now you're having essentially a crisis of conscience here.
I guess I never really watched the couple's the couple episodes that were released. So was that like a... Obviously, it's like the day of, it's like, your average life of a bunny girl. Like, was Hugh Hefner or like a Hugh Hefner lookalike supposed to be on the show or something like that?
Yep.
What did they ever get one, or did it get canceled? Oh, there was. Oh, okay.
Actually, one of the guys who I worked with, who was also one of the core, he was a stand-in for Hugh Hefner's character if it was shot from the back. And I actually was called in one day to play the role of Hugh Hefner as well. They needed to see my hands looking over either a document or signing a document, but the years of martial arts and all the scars I have on my knuckles, I called him because I didn't want to drive an hour and 45 into the city, and I said, hey, just so you're aware, I've been involved in martial arts my whole life. I do have some scarred up, rough knuckles. Let me send you a picture of my hands first, and you can tell me if you want to actually use me for this.
Yeah, no, sorry, buddy.
And
sorry, guy.
Yeah, they got right back to me and went, oh yeah, no, thanks for letting us know. Yeah, it would have been a shame to have you come all the way out here, go to makeup, and then get on set, and we're like, yikes.
Listen, we're trying to showcase that he was a delicate man, not look like he strangled people.
He wore his pajamas all day, every single day, and he didn't work with
his hands needed to be as smooth as his pajamas.
It's like, oh sure, he was in the military, but once he left, he was all about soft things.
Dude, that's crazy. I guess on a side top, funny. Oh, that was it.
We died.
Oh man.
We shall skip this one and pretend as though we beat it. Can we skip this level? We can't.
I told you we can't do it. Like, that's why.
Wait, what if we just hit return to main menu? What if it'll let us select a level? Maybe? Maybe not?
Played this game. That's not.
Wait a minute. What's to continue? Oh, see what happens. What happens here?
I'm almost thinking that it's going to be like an arcade where you have to start over, all over
Snack.
again. Snack.
I gotta say though, taking a poop on somebody's bed. That's
Amber Turd. That's what's been hashtagging.
me poop.
Me poop by Nick. Yeah, Amber Turd.
Poo. Oh gosh.
Told you. I told you.
Okay.
Want that free arcade again?
Yes.
Okay. For you. But as so definitely the prime point of example of how insane person is. Just so enraged, poop on someone's bed. And then trying to pass it off like she has finkelphobia. That was hilarious.
What?
Oh yeah, did you not hear that?
No.
No, they tried
I
to
missed day 3.
They tried to pass it off like it might have been it might have been in opening arguments, but they tried to pass it off that it couldn't have been her because she's terrified of poop apparently.
Oh, let's go to number 3. Wait, what is that? What's X? What is X?
That's
Is it in between 2 and 3?
I believe so.
All right,
yeah.
we're doing that one.
X.
X.
Not touching it. X.
Here we go.
A.
Whatevers. Fecal phobia.
I think they called it fecal phobia. You guys ever been to a Dave and Buster's or Shenanigans?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dave and Buster's. I wish I was at the Dave and Buster's when they had Luigi's Mansion 2. You actually had the vacuum go around.
What?
Yeah.
That's cool. I went to a Dave & Buster's that they had this firefighting game and you had the hose and you could put out fires.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was really neat.
Start here.
I enjoyed it.
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. I was like, uh-oh.
We broke the cartridge. Quick, pop it out and blow into it,
You're
Greg.
gonna have to get the guy.
Rabifio.
Marco. Oh no, Marco was over on the other.
Who?
Wait a minute. This is the
We're at night now.
we're doing one, but I guess it's
We gotta go for the Seeks now. Wait. What?
I was gonna say I think it might be like an updated version or something. Not exactly sure, but
Oh man.
did you want to keep playing or
They hit me with a truck. Yeah, I do.
Start
Yes.
over? Anywho,
we're just you guys messing around.
as a side note,
Yes.
it can kind of tie in a little bit, but Elon Musk, and I bring this up just because there's more to talk about with the herd, but to kind of they are connected because I think Elon is actually going to testify
What?
because him and Amber, I think, are dating.
Wait. Hold on a second.
Yeah, it's Elon Musk.
Is dating Amber Heard or is dating Amber Heard?
Don't know if he is, but I think he might be testifying because he does have a relationship. I want to say they're dating, which Elon, I love you. Get out. Get out right now and don't look back.
Oh, I see updated weapons. I'm okay with this. It's like playing 2. Only we're at night and better guns, apparently.
But Elon has gotten enough to where I believe he increased his bid to buy Twitter. Because the guy from Shark Tank, the one bald dude, I'm bad with Shark Tank. I forget his
Yeah, I don't
name.
really know people there.
Well, one of the people like said, "Hey, I'll go in with you to increase the bet." So like he has like a huge ass bid to buy Twitter. They was, not is. Oh, they were.
Dang.
Okay. Well, then I'm hoping.
Maybe she pooped on his bed too.
Well, it sounds like Elon's going to be is going to be testifying on behalf of, which I'm hoping not. I mean, regardless of Amber and Elon, I just thought that was an interesting connection just to bring up the point that like Musk is like, fairly confident that he's going to be bought. Like, fairly confident, because his bid is gigantic. It's like, what did he?
I just heard though that he deleted his Twitter account.
Musk?
Yes. Like before I came over here, I heard that he deleted his account.
I did not hear that. I want to look that up right now.
Yeah, look that up, because that's what I heard just before I came over.
She's Elon. Oh, okay. She's Elon X. She's. Okay. Guard me, pup. Oh, we have infinite contingency.
No, but we still have to pretend like we don't.
Elon Musk registers 3 X holding companies to support Twitter takeover bid. That was 3 hours ago.
Holy bananas.
Yeah, Elon Musk outlines 46.5 billion funding for Twitter.
Dude.
I'm not seeing anything about him deleting his Twitter. I don't get why you would.
Well, because he could delete Twitter if he wanted to and then still buy it. But I heard, as I said before I came over, that he had deleted his Twitter and said something about when Trump left Twitter, or in conjunction with what I heard, they said when Trump left Twitter, Twitter's usage, people on there took a huge nosedive, and I guess they're expecting the same thing to happen now that Elon is.
Ryan says we need more insult comic dog. Johnny, this bed is nice, but me too, poop on. Oh, that would have been perfect. And then Fig says no, he's still on Twitter.
Okay.
I don't know where you got that source, but I did just kind of see a quick glance, and those were just headlines of probably sources I hate, but I mean, hey, boss beaten Metal Slug. Wait, I never beat Metal. Oh, I must have looked it up and like saw that it was like just the same game, but
I'm okay with it.
But oh, we got a laser.
Yeah, laser is awesome.
But I have a sneaking suspicion, and I'm praying that Musk at least does buy Twitter, because Twitter does need, because Twitter's become, I believe, a public platform at this point. And I forget which judge said it, but he kind of declared that, like, yeah, Twitter's kind of become. I remember reading that a long time ago, where someone pointed out that exact same. Yeah, they've become too big. Can't really be privated anymore.
Yeah, no,
or something like that. But I'm really hoping that's the case, and I'm hoping that Musk at least is true to what he says about the social, freedom of speech and stuff like that. And I think people have taken away this fake news. People have taken it away to where it's like we should be able to say whatever we want. Now, I am a believer of there is no such thing as hate speech. It's been to where it's just speech you don't like, sort of thing.
There's speech that's definitely inherently hateful, but hate speech as defined by the left is a non-existent thing.
Yeah, like there's hateful things, but I also do agree that there are the basics where it's like, you don't spread kitty porn around.
Yeah, you don't threaten people's lives.
You don't threaten people's lives, or like specifically like all out to do
for violence. Yeah,
for violence and stuff like that.
Like when people say, "Oh, we should firebomb so and so's car." No, don't do that. Do not cross the bounds.
That's why you don't post it online. That's why you just keep it to yourself, and then if you act upon it, that's your business.
Yeah.
Hashtag in Minecraft, of course. But yeah, I'm really hoping that takes the case. But yeah, I just thought it was funny, just as a nice little tie-in, that Elon Musk of all people, all the Twitter stuff, and because it's funny too, because people are just ripping Bird like on Twitter, like just tearing her apart.
You can't live this down after this stuff comes out. Like, she's gonna forever be now known as the psycho chick who pooped on Johnny Depp's bed, on her own bed, on Johnny's hide. She's gonna forever be known as that crazy person who did that mess.
Who knows? God might be using Elon to take control of Twitter. I mean, very well could be. I don't know if you're getting more like Antichrist sort of thing, but I don't think so. I don't think so. It was just funny enough because I actually looked that up, because I was like, I mean, going off a little more on the more biblical side of things, is supposedly the Antichrist is actually not Iranian. It's not Iranians or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Actually, the Antichrist is supposed to come out from the Romans, like the Legion, like Roman Empire does, according to the Bible, say that it does return. That's where they. I was just curious, and I looked up where Elon. He's from Canada. We're good. So he is
Canada.
Canada. So he's not the Antichrist. I don't know why I just got on that. I'm be like, because the whole, it sounds good that he's saying like free speech for everyone. It's like, well, how much are you really gonna, how much are you really like preaching, preaching just to get people to say? Not Antichrist. That's a big meme. No, that was just me going, dude. That'd be just finding like, you know what? I never went down a conspiracy rabbit hole start one myself. I want to see what's up. Myself, and it was immediately stopped because he was from Canada. I was like, well, that doesn't mean anything.
Great.
Yeah, great guy. But
I did it again.
But
I can pull the quarter out of my ear.
but going back to Amber Heard being a complete psychopath. Yeah, I don't know how you can walk away from this because I will, and I know they're out there, so I'm saying this with a slight bit of sarcasm, but I cannot imagine anybody, well, tongue-in-cheek, I guess. I cannot imagine anyone, like, believing Amber Heard's. Like, the thing for me is the straight-up, like, vodka bottle. The vodka bottle was, like, insane. I can't wait to hear her side of the story and her just getting grilled. And the biggest thing was, did you see the video of him like punching the cabinets and stuff like that?
No.
Okay, so
because he couldn't hit her.
Well, no, Amber Heard's team submitted the photo to show how abused, and not only did he not hit her at all, but he's punching cabinets and stuff like that, and drunk or high or whatever. The thing that's scummy though is that you can clearly tell she did something to entice him to get upset and purposely set it up to record and then put on this, honey, what's wrong? What's going on? And then at the end, you see her like, it's either at the end or like kind of in the middle. I think it's at the end. She smirks like in the camera knowing what she did. Like she is pure scum, dude. Like I can't believe anyone who believes her because it's like Johnny's like testimony, like he's very charismatic, like he's very likable, and you just have Amber Heard who just did she have resting bitch face when you were at the Playboy Club, like what she has right now?
No, she just had this vacant look in her face. You gotta run this way, Greg.
Elon's from
go.
Go.
Yeah, South Africa.
It's from South Africa. Oh well. He's
an actual African American.
Well, I read also he was, or maybe he moved to Canada. My bad. I'm fake news. So,
dude, 2 for 2, Greg.
I know. I am. Dude, why am I even doing this show? I suck. But yeah, Amber Heard is like.
No, I did it again.
Like is controlling. Like some of the stuff that they would point out. Oh wait, that's me. Like some of the stuff like Rottenborn, like when they're like playing audio and read stuff, like they play the audio clip and then they don't address anything. Like, well, that should just speak for itself. It's like that doesn't. Not only does that not like speak for itself, guarantee you half the jury is going, why the hell did we listen to that?
Yeah, they're like what's the context?
Yeah, what's the context? What are you trying to point out here in audio? Like they don't answer it because they don't have anything. It's because they know that Amber Heard is controlling enough and knows how to entice Johnny to get angry, to do what a lot of people normally do is it's like I want to hit something. I can't, obviously I'd be damned if I hit you, but I need to like take out something like on a mirror or something like that. And Johnny resorted with that specifically, like the cabinets, but a lot of times he turns to drugs and alcohol, which
I'll tell you what.
Again, it's just
he's
like
got more restraint in that moment than I would have had, because you hit me with a glass bottle to the point where it about slices my finger off. They'll never find your body. It would have had to have been just a closed casket burial at sea.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't another Lorena Bobbins story.
Yeah, it could have been
What
a
if
Joey
it-
Buttafuoco getting his
Joey-
wife shot in the face.
No, Joey Buttafuoco.
Hey, Joey, how's your wife doing? What do you mean how she's doing? Someone shot her in the face. Fuck you.
Fuck you, asshole.
Hey, Joey, how's your wife?
Come on. Start me right in the middle. That's it, Greg. I'm taking over. You can be backseat gamer. Hey. Hey. You stop that right now. I will throw that band hammer on you so quick.
Yeah, we're just gonna throw the man on him.
Yeah, we're just gonna throw
These wrestling fans have lost their minds.
Nah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm super distracted. But
Man.
did you see? I saw you liked it. Did you like that one video of that one guy who made like all the like gotcha moments with Johnny?
Oh my god.
Dude, that was that was amazing. I loved it so much with
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you-
There could be hearsay papers. I don't know.
a mega pint. Just like, oh, so funny. That's hearsay, right?
I like how he says it and he goes, oh, and it starts to go, and then they cut him. Just, oh, okay, hearsay again. Yeah, all right.
Power keg Phil, or Fig.
Power kick. Oh, I'm shooting this guy's dead body. Look at that.
PGP.
Dude, this is. Oh man, I filled him full of holes. He was just drinking a soda.
You just kill some innocent man.
I mean, he's wearing the uniform of the enemy.
Oh, okay. Then it's justified.
Absolutely.
There's no such thing as war crimes, right?
I mean,
I'm fat.
yeah.
I'm representing.
You have a blunderbuss for a gun.
So cute.
Yep. Representing the fat proud movement here.
Mm-hmm. This is what I would want on my.
Yeah. I want the cellulose that accrues inside my stomach to also equal a gargantuan blunderbuss of a pistol that fires shotgun rounds.
Oh man, I exploded like a balloon.
You popped?
Popped.
Oh lordy. Lord have mercy.
That was great though, and I love the music, like the clown music.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I liked how they played the music from was it the game that came with everybody's original Wii? It was like Wii Sports. That best.
So good. Yeah, I'm curious what Amber's
I blame the schools.
are gonna bring up here because another zinger I saw online too was a stunt woman posted like what it means because oh yeah, that one psycho lady that's on Amber's team, that old like lady.
Yeah, what's up with her? I don't know her story.
I don't know her shtick, but she reminds me of one of those like it's like one of those raving relatives, like an aunt or you know, or maybe even the best friend of like the aunt that's like the rowdy person. It's like, well, I read on like Teen Gossip magazine and all that stuff. Like that's just
Sure.
why I picture her. But they're trying to sell like Amber had to use makeup to hide all her bruises and stuff like that. And a good zinger was a stunt woman on Twitter posted it was Amica cream was the big
The stuff that helps bruises heal.
that helps bruises heal, but they're trying to sell it like it hides it. And she's like, this is my legs after doing like all these stunts. Amica cream not only does not hide the damage from bruises, it makes it worse because it actually
Speed through the growing and healing process.
well, I don't know if it actually speeds through it, but it makes it more visible before it starts to sort of like one of those things. And she like shows a picture of it, and it's just like it's like absolutely like this whole idea of hiding behind the makeup sort of thing, like, and specifically Amica cream, which anyone could just go out and be like, hey, if someone's severely beaten, does this makeup like hide it? And it's like, no. And
Yeah.
Johnny like clearly knows what she looks like without makeup, or like, oh yeah, and Isaac, the one dude, the one guy who has like the accent, you know, the paint. Did you see that part where it was like he was a painter that Johnny hired just to paint, and like one of the people that he just let him live rent free in his penthouse.
Bang.
Dude, like some of his paintings are insane.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's like nude, like nude Clinton, like Hillary Clinton, and, like he is obviously, I'd say he's probably more on the liberal side, but his work showcased that he doesn't mind jabbing at other people, but he's like posting pictures of like nude like representatives like on the beach grabbing dicks.
Oh my god!
And you're seeing all this, and like he had one where like Bernie Sanders' head was like in a platter, like cut off and stuff.
Oh my
like
gosh!
It was great,
dude. Rock and roll.
it was insane. I loved it.
It's
Eric Fig says, Eric, can I do what can I do to translate my anime from brain to comic, because it's been sitting in here for 12 years? Or how
get a Kickstarter done.
I think that's really like, well, I mean, for a Kickstarter, like, do you have things written?
Toon boom.
Like, the first thing you're gonna have to do is really storyboard it and write it out, or at least write a script out to be, so that you know exactly what the story is. I don't know. I'm sure you could probably find at least how they make manga, I would assume.
Yeah,
like, because a lot of, well, I shouldn't say a lot of, because some of them are just right away, but I would assume if you're looking at like mangas who become anime out all the story first, or they try to at least.
Typically, yeah.
In your head. Yeah, I would probably say get your story on paper before anything else.
Record it onto onto like an MP3 or something.
Oh, that's good too. Yeah, you could record yourself kind of explaining everything. I have beginning, middle, and end. I mean, but how in depth is the question? Because you can at first, like, you can just write down like the big plot points and stuff like that, but then you'll
have a really good, you have to have a great hook scene too that I would write out first. And you know, it could be something like some crazy jaded jilted lover, she storms into her husband's room one day when he's out making mac and cheese for his daughter, and she just drops a deuce on his side of the bed. You know, something to really grab the reader.
I think we have like a really good script idea.
I think
we should make a whole movie around it, where the big kicker is like shit in the bed.
Yeah, but it has to be just a one word, like maybe the name of the girl. It's just got to be one word though, because we really have to. We want to make it ambiguous, but also alluring enough. We can call it Amber, I think. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's been 12 years, Greg. It's pretty. I know. I'm just saying, like, do you actually have physical notes that you wrote down? Because if you're just keeping all this information in your head, like, you gotta get it down on paper.
Unbreaded. It's down.
Oh.
Paper. Unbreaded. It's down. Paper. Unbreaded. I think he's going to win. I do. I think Johnny will win this defamation case for sure, because Disney made the mistake of canning him before any of the actual court sniffed out truth made it out.
One flew over the poo-poo's nest. Oh no. Oh my. I have concept doodles. That's good at least. I would definitely say try to write it down though. I mean, that's probably going to be like people who like sell, you know, scripts,
Iron Lizard
or scene scripts, and
like, take a dump in my bed and then chuck a vodka bottle and almost slice my finger off. Yeah, no, I would have grabbed the nearest either sharp or blunt instrument to me, and I would have fought violently for my life. That's what I would have done.
Yeah, but that was. It's just crazy because Disney's like wrapped up into this whole, because it's like you guys are groomers sort of thing. You canceled Depp, and I mean, let's be honest. Like, Depp made Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh yeah,
like he made it.
Is Pirates of the Caribbean.
He is Pirates of the Caribbean, and anybody trying to argue otherwise is a. Because it's so obvious. Like, no one. You mention Pirates of the Caribbean and you think of Jack Sparrow.
Absolutely. I don't want to see a Pirates without him. I really don't. And
Now, when I think of Pirates of the Caribbean, I think of a bushel of apples. Like, that's just me, though. I'm an odd duck.
I think of the show, not the show, but I think of the ride in Disney where you got all these, you got this redhead and she's like up on I guess the, I don't know, the selling block, and you just got these old horny dogs just like, give us the redhead! And she's up there just in her little dress and her parasol, just turning around like, yep, boys, come and get it. I'm for sale. You know, and it's a shame that Playboy Club got the can when it did, because boy, it had some really, really good lines. Like Jenna Dwayne Tatum, that would have been Channing Tatum's ex-wife. Inside the first episode, there's a really, really good scene where it's establishing who all the main bunnies are going to be. So you got a black bunny, you got this redhead bunny, you got Jenna who had black hair, or really super dark brunette, and you got Amber. Well, oh, dude, this guy's got a Kamehameha wave. Look at him.
I know, he's following us.
Dude. Fight my battles. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Not the longest Kamehameha waves,
but anyway, so inside the opening scene, there's this part where you see Jenna's character, and she's walking up to this table and she's setting down a couple of drinks, and the three guys are sitting there talking amongst themselves, and they're like more or less talking about how beautiful the bunnies are, and they're gonna have a good time that night.
Big laser.
And so she sets the drinks down, and the guy, he's looking over the menu, and he goes, "Hey waitress, how come there are no prices on this menu?" And she goes, "Well, that's because everything at the Playboy Club's $1." And then the other guy looks at her, and he's, "Everything?" She goes, "If it's on the menu, it's $1. If it's not on the menu, then it's not for sale. And I'm not a waitress. I'm Bunny Jane." Just, it was gold, man.
Oh.
I needed more lines like that.
Amber, Cleveland Steamer herd.
Dude. Amber. The Cleveland of steamer. No, she can we'll make a movie where she has her own dry cleaning business, and it's called the Cleveland Steamer. And she specifically specializes in getting fecal stains out of carpets and sheets. I think we've got a winner here, Greg.
Isn't Cleveland Steamer though where you do it on the chest?
Yeah, but we have to work the cleaning angle. We got to do that. We can't just have her cleaning patrons who are into the scatological. You know, it's got to be, hey,
I think this
my dog done pooped on my chaise. I need you to come here right now.
I think it would be a perfect opportunity for her to get over that fear of fecal phobia, you know?
Dude, absolutely. This is immersion therapy, but it's immersion therapy through art, which I think is...
I think that's right up Amber's ass. You know what I'm saying?
We've got her pegged, if you will.
Oh.
We didn't have to sniff this one out.
Oh, no.
Yep, the Cleveland Steamer. She comes from humble beginnings. She was born in Denver. She had to sell furniture.
She should be deaf, thus causing her smell to become acute.
She should not have blind.
No,
she's deaf.
Not deaf, but she should have a lack of taste, thus increase. Is it like if you lose taste, your smell gets better? Is that how that works?
No, if you lose your sense of smell, you can't taste anything but the 4 main taste groups. You can't discern flavors.
I'm trying to think of like something that happens to where her acute sense of smell just increases, and the only job she can book is being a Cleveland Steamer.
She'd have to go. Oh no, she can't feel. Like she has no sensation in her skin. So we can work on a comedy angle. She's constantly falling downstairs and burning herself on the end of the steamer because she can't feel the carpet under her feet. You know,
she had some sort of she like tripped as a kid and like damaged part of her neural.
Yeah, like the opening scene,
part of her brain that allows her to the sensation of touch.
Yeah, the opening scene while she's on her way to head down to the family shop where she's gonna go and she's gonna refill up the different solvents that they use for cleaning. She's on her way there and decides to take a shortcut through the cemetery. She falls and cracks her head on a tombstone, and that's it. Just sense of feeling out the window. She has to crawl the rest of the way to work, but she gets those things filled up, and they have the proper unguents and solvents to get out even the hardest poop stain.
Is that why they sent her to do all the nasty work? Because she just can't sense it?
I think, well, like they mainly send her to places that are like out in cow pastures where a raging bull kicks its way into somebody's house and has drug a bunch of briars in there because they're like, I'm gonna prick my hand on thorns. I don't need that crap. Send Amber. She can't feel anything. Yeah. And they also send her to really seedy places where the chance of her getting mugged at baseball bat point or with a blackjack or just
Amber street shitter her. That's too good. I think we should write down this idea and tweet her.
It's got to be our next pitch panel with the old Ridgedale brand.
Yes, for sure. I think we should copyright it and tweet that at her. Amber, we got the perfect movie. Like once you know, because unlike you know, we don't mind if you try to, we don't mind if like, you don't have to restart from the bottom. You're just a garbage person. And, I'm sure someone out there will take you.
Let's have a lifetime makeover.
But this is the prime opportunity to showcase that you can make a joke.
Remake yourself, clean your poo-pooed reputation, and
clean up your shit.
Get it all together. Put it in a backpack. Just make sure it's all together, Amber.
Get your shit together. Take the poop.
Hello.
Take the poop from the sheet and get it together. I want to know what happened to that piece of poop.
If I was Depp, I would have just
kept it and sold it. Some weirdo out there would like it. Well, that one artist, he like people bought his shit in a can. There was an artist that would like shit in a can, sealed shut, and people would buy it.
That makes me mad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. There was
Amber Stanley Steamer's gonna need a cleaner herd.
Dude.
Her career is going on the bed after this.
If I was Johnny and I walked in there and saw that sheet, first I'd take a picture of it. I would have set my phone to record. I'd have walked out there and been like, "What is wrong with you?"
I think she left though. I think she left somewhere.
Oh, I would have just burned the sheets at that point. And her dogs. I'd have pulled a Jez and a Jeremy and I'd have just set the dog on fire.
Eat it.
Yep. I'd make sure I got myself into a nice schooner boat and I'd have just eaten it in front of a family of 3 after I put diesel inside their regular only vehicle and drove there. That's what I'd do.
And then done. Oh my goodness gracious.
It's just level.
She does seem like the type of person that would have one of those small yipper dogs.
Like a Pomeranian. Little Shih Tzu or little teacup Chihuahua.
Dude,
the kind of dog you put in a bag and its feet never touch the actual ground.
I am not a big fan of.
Name him something weird like Pie Boy and chew his food for him.
Dude, Shih Tzus, especially like long hair Shih Tzus, hate that way.
Oh yeah, dude, there's nothing fun about that dog. Or French Bulldogs, man. That's what I need. I need something with a totally clogged up sinus cavity to just wheeze and hack every day of its life, every second of its life. Those dogs can't even give birth. They all have to be cesarean section because their birthing canals are not designed to be able to accommodate an animal or anything.
Y'all see the clips. Y'all see the pig, pure nothing but wine for. Oh, yeah, I did. I saw a glimpse of it.
What's it?
What the poop actually looked like. Like 3 days of. This is like 3 days of nothing but wine.
Hold on a second. This is Amber's dump?
Yes.
Wait. Oh.
They showed it at the time. Are you not watching Nick's stream?
I didn't get to catch it the last couple of days.
Oh my gosh.
I have been working like a dog. I've been sweating like a dog in a Chinese restaurant, Greg. You win some, then some, you lose.
No, but like, yeah, what Angrowling is saying is true. Like, this poop was created on nothing but wine for 3 days. Like, pure wine drug.
Was it just like purple? Red?
It wasn't purple, but like
kind of an eggplant purple? Eggplant, a deep.
I don't know. I don't think it was a different. It might have been different cut. Like I said, I saw it a little bit, and I was like, I'm done. I'm donezo's.
And it was clearly way too big for a
it wasn't her dog.
Little 4-pound dog.
Yeah, it wasn't their dog that they were like conveniently trying to pass.
Well,
like, this was a poop that I would like throw inside the cat litter and just watch him freak out and how.
Oh, dude, yeah, just human-sized dump, really get him good. Hold on, how do I roll this? Oh, what we got, liquors here?
I don't know why it's not letting us. Oh, here we go.
I don't know what this is doing.
Are you turning it?
Oh, it made that laser fall down. Oh, hey.
Hey! Oh, got zombies. Zombie cancer.
Dude, this is
Yeah, the laser's awesome.
different. So definitely
Guard me while I
got you, Gimp.
sing.
Oh, Kylie's calling. She probably wants us to go get her nuggies or something.
Yeah. She texted me. I don't know why.
I'll get her nuggies.
But we need to go to.
I guess we got.
We gotta call
Madonna's. Let's just finish this level and we'll go.
it. Ground says it was what? Dark red.
Oh, dude.
Dude, are we sure that wasn't blood?
That is a possibility.
Dude, what if her sphincter just got ripped asunder?
Oh, dude.
Like-
Okay, no, I believe if you're actually pooping blood, it comes out black. If I'm not mistaken.
It can be red or blackish.
That sounds. Oh no, that sounds terrible. I don't like that. That's awful. He pooped on his bed. Who does that? What kind of person does that?
A controlling psycho bitch? That's who.
Well, you know what? The bright side is if she had gotten it from Rooms to Go, then they would have hard sold her on that little cover you're supposed to get for those beds, and the warranty wouldn't have been voided.
They have enough money. Not to mention, you know that
Hey,
they
just because
were.
you have money is no reason not to live frugally. You know, I'll still take a free Pop-Tart coupon with me to Kroger, even when I am a millionaire and I'm hanging out with Elon Musk.
Almost black.
Dude.
I've seen, like almost black and like red. There, it has some.
That is out of hand. How did he not just look around the room, try and find something to strike her with when she threw that bottle at him?
Because he was drunk. Because Johnny, that's the thing. Johnny grew up to avoid confrontation. Like, not so much Will from Good Will Hunting, but like, I just need to remove myself from the situation. That's how he handled it. Which is sad. And then he turned to drugs when it was like, I don't want to feel these feelings.
Just want to numb the pain.
Puss says, I'm going to forget I ever heard this conversation. Rub my eyes. I'm sorry. This is Amber Heard we're talking about here.
We are talking about the poo-poo and the poo-poo and Maniac of the West.
Amber Heard, greatest dumper in the Wild West. Takes a shit on your bed in less than 3 seconds.
Blamed it on your dog.
Blame it on the dog, she said.
You didn't show up to her birthday on time. You're getting the steamer on the sheets.
All right, we did it. Pretty sure.
Yep.
That was the last thing. What's with woke, wealthy white women and treating yappy dogs like babies?
Okay, what's with lunatics and poo-poo? Because I've seen some videos of some random broads going into convenience stores or just department stores and taking a dump in the frozen food section and walking away.
Dude, did you see that one fat ass who went in?
When you open like that.
I'm already giggling at it.
Oh, you tell me.
Dude, like some fat ass like went into like a grocery store and she like climbed on top of like all the fruit stuff and like was pushing it.
No.
I don't know if it was like to make a statement on like, fuck being healthy, because she's gonna die at like the ripening age of 40. And then that one like whale of a person who like twerked at like a children's birthday party or something like that. And she was all giggly. Now, if I was that dad, I would have maced the crap out of her face and like probably burned those eyeballs straight to hell. To the socket.
Straight back to hell.
Alrighty. Amber, the school's poop bandit Heard, a flaw mad of God. Look at these two. I know, look at us. Look at us as we're about to leave.
I know.
I know.
We gotta.
But that is what we had to talk about for today. Good things. I had a feeling we would go along with Amber Heard because that's why I saved that for last. So, systems designed around women when it comes to courts. Domestic abuse is taken from the Duluth model, which states the larger one fault no matter what. And yet they don't like they don't like guns, because that's the whole point of it being considered the great equalizer, so that you can combat stuff like that and blow that guy away.
Oh, absolutely.
Or woman. That's not, you know.
We don't want to discriminate.
We're equal over here. It could be a big, beefy woman.
Exactly. And the nice thing about guns is they do not discriminate, because a bullet sounds the same in every language. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
There's no regional dialect to the bullet. It's fascinating. They've been,
depending on it. I mean, if you had a revolver, you know, those are your best 5 friends. Y'all can run faster than
you know. And if you're watching Who Framed Roger Rabbit, one of them might be a little injured with a tomahawk, but of actually punching a hole through something, it'll just hack it down.
Then one could be a singing sword.
I think we've got another
wicked
movie.
witchcraft.
I think we've got another movie.
What? Framed Roger Rabbit? I actually read the book.
Is it good?
It is good. Very different, but awesome. Like, you're definitely your cold noir.
All right.
Check it out. All right. The Flawed Man of God says, WTF, I just got here. Well, dude, I sent out a tweet saying we're going live at 7. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's just gonna have to be Halo for us.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Great topics. OMG, leave before you get banned.
Yeah.
Kylie. My hand is reaching over to that mouse. Right click.
Whoa. Whoa.
Put you in a timeout.
You're putting Kylie in a timeout. I didn't buy this thing. All right.
Goodbye, Miss Ann.
Well, thank you guys for joining us for another riveting, we hope, episode of Hot Button Co-op. We are Eric and Greg, and this has been a fun week.
Been fun. Descriptions. Dyslexic again. Info are in the descriptions of where you can contact us, all our social media and whatnot. Check out a Flawed Man of God's channel. You guys have a great biblical discussions there.
Check out a Flawed Man of God. I should be on probably not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday with him. We're getting into the paint on some pulpit madness.
Yes, and of course check out Nick. Nick's an awesome dude. Also check out Crumbrion too, because he just did an interview with Amanda Miller, I believe. Voice kind of talking about the industry.
Sailor Jupiter, right?
Sailor Jupiter.
In Sailor Moon Crystal?
Oh my gosh, yeah, Crystal. Sailor Jupiter. I can't talk anymore. I need food.
All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll see you next time.
Fusion. Yep. Yeah. Peace, guys. Adios.